Their mission and focus is to turn things around through an equitable solution to bridge the gap of opportunity for underperforming schools. We'd like to welcome Jacqueline Haynes, Associate Superintendent for Acceleration Schools, a program being offered by the Charleston County School District. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you.
So first, how does it work? How does Acceleration Schools work?
So Acceleration Schools all started as a result of mission critical work and the Clemson study that was done with school boards probably 2-3 years ago before I arrived. And they really felt that we needed to work with schools that were designated by the state as underperforming. And so Charleston does have some of those schools labeled comprehensive support schools and priority schools. And we want to get those schools off the list. From the state. So the decision was made to place these schools in a cohort where I work with them with close touch every week, every day, to ensure that they're getting high-level curriculum, we have the best leaders, and making sure and ensuring that those students are getting a quality curriculum.
So it's a multi-year initiative that is designed to help schools. And how do you know when they're underperforming? Is there a test that's administered? Are you following the curriculum from beginning to the end of the school year? How does that work?
So we've worked for the past 2 years to ensure there's high quality curriculum after the pandemic. We had learning loss during the pandemic. And so coming back, making sure that there was high quality curriculum, strong leadership, and having strong teachers there to help students with learning loss, as well as getting off of this state list. That's priority because we know that our students need the best, education. So that's our goal.
So is there a test involved?
Yes, there is. There's the SC Ready test that is given every year, which
What
every
grade?
state.
What grade is it administered?
It is administered to our elementary grades. So our third grade students are like that's where it starts. So our third, fourth, fifth through 8th grade. And then we have tests in the high school as well. And so that determines if they're on the state list and how well they do.
So when you take one school over the other, is this test automatically administered to every school, and from that you would determine which schools really need that focus?
Yes.
And then what do those schools get if they have made the list?
So it depends on the category. So what those schools receive from the state is a state coach. But Charleston has done something really unique to make sure that the acceleration schools are together. So they get a high touch from me and our staff to ensure that, as I mentioned before, that we have high quality curriculum. So one of the first things we've done is looked at the curriculum to see if our students were receiving that rigorous curriculum that we want all schools to have. Secondly, we looked at the leadership of the school. Do we have the best principals? Are they the strongest principals that can lead our teachers into being strong instructional teachers, and then having principals that are strong instructional leaders. So we're offering professional development to our teachers to ensure that they understand how to teach the strategies, how to teach standards that the district or the state is asking us to do.
What is the threshold for those schools to get the help that they need? What is the testing threshold?
Well, there's a formula that determines that, and the state has that formula. So if you fall under the comprehensive support, meaning that you need to improve your school, there's a rating for that. If you're a priority school, there's a rating for that. And so we have some schools that fell under those ratings.
Why do you think those particular schools are the ones that need the most support?
Sometimes our schools that are in black and brown neighborhoods, our students need more support in those areas. So black and brown neighborhoods, lower socioeconomic neighborhoods, we have to do extra, especially for learning loss, as well as making sure that there are not so many grade levels behind. So over the United States, not just in Charleston, but throughout the country, we know that there's an achievement gap. And that gap is between Black and brown and lower socioeconomic students.
Based off of the testing thus far, you say that the results are coming out soon.
They're coming out soon.
So would you say that there are a few that you can already tell are going to come off that list?
Fingers crossed. We're hoping so.
Okay, good.
I am hoping so, but we know that it takes time.
All right.
It takes more than a year. It takes more than 2 years to close that achievement gap.
All right.
But we have seen gains.
Yes.
Where the achievement gap is closing for our students. So we hope, yes, that some of the schools will come off the list.
Superintendent, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We're back in 2 minutes.